Hello, 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 hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Traders Arena. This is our Crypto Weekly Review Sunday show, episode 27 for July 9th. So we're got through our July 4th holiday last week, and now we're into the third quarter of the year. Geez, the time just flies. It's shocking how fast time goes by, especially the older you get. But here we are. Year's almost over. Next thing you know, it'll be Christmas. But hope you had a good holiday if you are in the States. And I didn't really do much, but just hung out with some family a bit. And my neighborhood was going off with fireworks, which is hilarious. People were going crazy. But yeah, it was a good holiday. And so I think usually, I think July 4th has a tendency to mark some uppiness in the market. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a summer rally here coming forward. But we'll see what happens there as the markets are looking a little bit heavy at the moment. So we'll have to see how that goes. But I think in general, I think July 4th can kind of be a good marker for the beginning of the summer. Um, but anyhow, welcome back if you're joining us as a regular. And if you're new to our show, then welcome to our group. And we do this show every Sunday to talk about altcoin investing and more long-term stuff, not so much short-term trading. But I'm here with my co-host and fearless leader, Mr. Paul. Are you here today, sir?
Hello, hello. As usual,
Yes, he made it. Yeah, as always, I think if anything, you got to say we're consistent. We've been here every Sunday, and we
yep.
we've made it this far. So at the bare minimum, we're consistent. And of course, trading is a lot about consistency, right? You can almost argue that's one of the most important parts about trading is staying consistent. So if you're having trouble with being consistent, then you might want to look at that. It's good to somehow build in some sort of routine, whatever your trading goals are. It's always a good idea to define those, and then make sure you build a routine around that you can follow and stick to. And if you're not sticking to it, then you can identify a key problem there and have to work on that. So for me, I kind of have my basic routine that I repeat every week. I try to, at least. Try to keep it simple, and doing this show is kind of part of that. Actually, doing this kind of stuff helps me just sort of keep my head in the game. And kind of one of the reasons, of course, the altcoin market's been sort of boring over the beginning of this year, to be honest. I mean, there's been some rallies and some excitement here and there, but for the most part, it's been a little bit boring, as we are kind of at the bottom of the bear. We had to go through that relentless bear for quite a while, and then now we've just been in this accumulation sort of bottom, which has been a little bit, not a lot of Bitcoin to the moon excitement talk. So like, this is actually the time that sort of will test your true, uh, your true, like how serious are you about doing this? Because this is the time where people have a tendency to stop paying attention. And ironically, this is the wrong time to do that. And those are the people that will stop paying attention right now. And then, a year from now or whenever we're back in a raging bull, that's when they get interested again. And, unfortunately by then it's just too late. So you got to be paying attention now when it is boring. It's just that's just sort of how it works. So at the bare minimum, hopefully you can at least understand that, when things don't look great, that's not a time to go ahead, hide your head in the sand. That's actually the time to grind harder. Uh, so keep that in mind. And good news is that's where we are right now. Basically, I think that we have. I mean, we've been saying this for the whole length of this show since January, that there is time to accumulate. And we did have to sort of watch the rally came out the gates in late December. November of last year was the bottom, and then there was a pretty significant early rally into the beginning of the year. And if you missed that, you sort of had to just sit on your hands and not chase. And then sure enough, that rally basically came to an end. And specifically talking about altcoins, Bitcoin's remained pretty uppy, but altcoins had to come back down. And even some of the high flyers like Render and stuff are showing weakness now. So just kind of shows you that, you do have to just stay patient. And, once you've identified the key levels that you're looking at, you really don't want to chase these markets up top. Uh, and I do fully believe that there'll be a chance to even buy a render, which we could look at that in a bit. But I think it's rolling over at least pretty good. But I've seen all over the crypto market that many things have come. Actually, a lot of things are even making new lows, to be honest. So, but here we are, just doing our thing anyway. We're going through our plan that we'll get. The purpose of this show. Of course, we created a super simple plan for people that don't have a lot of time or maybe don't have a lot of experience in the markets. Just a really simple way of investing in altcoins and trying to take advantage of these bull cycles that come. And we're just trying to buy at the bottom of the range and manage our risk, take small bets with the hope of greater reward down the road. And we're going to sell half our position on a double when we can, so that we can get our original capital back out and create a free position, and then repeat the process. So yeah, and we've been doing that, and Paul will get into the details of that. And we do have Miku's working away on our updated spreadsheet, which is really cool. I don't think it's ready for us to switch over to it just yet, but we do have a cool spreadsheet already that's available in our Discord room. If you just look for the weekly crypto channel, and you can see exactly what we've done. I mean, all of our bids are in there, and everything we've done is in that sheet. But you can also make a copy of that sheet to use for yourself, and it's just really cool. And the one that's coming down the pike here, probably in the next few weeks, it's a little bit, well, it's they've made some changes that sort of, well, simply put, they've made it, now we can access the data from basically all the coins, not just on Binance. At first it was just Binance related, and now the API will be grabbing data for everything, so you can pretty much throw even some DeFi stuff in there, and it'll pull in the price data and stuff like that. So that's cool, and it's just a general upgrade in itself, and so hopefully we'll have that ready soon. So thanks again, Miku, and your team for doing that. They're just kind of making that for us. And we also have a really cool day trading sheet that they made too, which isn't available to the public, but a lot of traders in the group use it, including myself. So that's cool. And then, well, I suppose that's enough for any sort of general updates. Otherwise, we're just kind of doing our thing, trading every week. Still have our, Tuesday, just to remind everybody really quick, the Tuesdays New York session is open to the general public. Anybody that's in our free Discord room can join our live trading session on Tuesdays. That starts about a half an hour before the New York stock market open. And then I guess on Tuesday, well, it's my Monday night-ish, but the London session on Tuesdays, Stefan has now also started live scalping, and I'm not 100% sure. I think that's available to the public, but I'm not totally sure on that one. So we do those two things, and then this show too also is just free on YouTube. And then, of course, if you decide to join our group, we live trade every day, so there's a lot of live trading going on once you're actually in our premium group. But and I think I was just talking to Paul a minute ago. That's one thing I like about this group personally is that I haven't seen elsewhere is we're very much into like trading like professionals, and we do day trade and scalp on a daily basis, and the traders are all very consistent and also very good at just sort of highlighting what it's like to be a real trader, for not just some like, oh, I bought here and price went here kind of thing, but actually, taking setups with hard stop losses and being willing to walk away when your idea doesn't work, and sort of approaching this game like it should be approached, which is a series of trades, not just one trade. We're managing our risk, we're taking a lot of shots, and we're walking away when we have to, and then hopefully we're right enough times and our reward is big enough that we can come out ahead. So I think we're doing a pretty good job of that, and showing that process. So, but anyhow, other than that, we'll get back into crypto, and I'll do a quick little market update, and then Paul will jump in as usual with the names that we're actually talking about buying right now. I've been cleaning up my Qcoin account this week, and I think tomorrow I'm going to have to just jump in harder and sort it out, because I did have like, I think I had like 100, like 90 something names on KuCoin that I have to deal with, and I'm going to be moving off of there. So far it doesn't look too bad. I think I had a good 20 or 30 of them that don't have an easy place to move, that are only on KuCoin. So I'm not exactly sure. Some of those I might be moving to a wallet, and some of them I might just be liquidating. I did sell a couple things, like STX comes to mind, because I was already up. Like, it's still sitting like at a double for me right now. So I did just liquidate it, and I'm hoping, there was nowhere else for me to trade it. So I'm hoping down the road, if I can trade that thing down the road, I kind of think prices will come down lower anyway. But I'm taking, I am having to make some decisions like that, which I don't like having to do, but what can you do? So a couple I have had to liquidate, but and then just on that note, actually, to another, the ones I'm underwater on, I think I'm gonna just sell them and maybe rebuy them elsewhere right away, because in the U.S. at the moment there's no wash trading rules. So if you take, you can take a loss on a name. So if I am underwater, I can take the tax loss, and then I can rebuy it right away, and still have that loss on the books. So I'm probably going to be doing something like that on some of these, especially the ones I'm way underwater on. Now, that's not really tax advice, and I know that the Biden administration is actually probably going after that very thing. I wouldn't expect that to be around for very long, but unlike, like the stock market right now, if you sell a stock today and rebuy it tomorrow, you that's called a wash trade, so you can't take any tax benefit for selling that thing. That's not how crypto is. So at the moment, you could sell, like if you're tax loss selling here at the end of the year into December, you could sell anything you're at a loss at and rebuy it the next day, and you basically just realize the loss for tax purposes, but then you still own the coin. So now I'm not, everybody's got to make their own decisions about that, and I'm certainly not giving tax advice. That's just kind of one of my approaches with this whole KuCoin thing. I'm gonna be doing that a little bit. But in general, I think a lot of the names I can move to. I should have bought them on Kraken in the first place, but I was being a little lazy. I do like KuCoin's mobile app, so I kind of was using it more because I like how easy it is to enter orders on KuCoin's mobile app. And I'll be sad to leave KuCoin. Unfortunately, I like it. Bastards. But it also made me kind of change my. Well, I'm going to still be keeping my straightforward plan similar. I run a similar plan to what we're talking about on this show. It's a little bit more complex than what we've designed for the show, but I'm going to keep doing that to the best I can on Coinbase and Kraken. And then it did make me want to I want to dig a little deeper. I sort of have lost the interest of like chasing new ideas in crypto and trying to find like low cap gems and stuff like that. I sort of, because I would consider myself more of a trader than sort of like a crypto head, in a lot of ways these days. And I just kind of have traded, on the exchanges mostly, but I think if I want to make it in as a U.S. resident going forward, I think I need to be a little bit more down in the trenches. So I did start hunting more, like just kind of like, stuff I can trade on chain, doing a little bit more fundamental analysis, actually looking into these coins more. And I found a couple things that are interesting that maybe I'll share a little bit about those, but I don't want to say too much because my fundamental analysis might not be that great. But I'm going to, point being, I'm trying to improve that. And I want to, going into this next cycle, I think I want to be a little bit more FA, or at least, I don't know if FA is even the right word, but just a little bit more in tune with like the up and coming stuff, as opposed to just like buying W's on Kraken, which I will still be doing, but I'm going to expand it a little bit more. And so anyway, that's kind of my spiel on all that, but I'll do a quick little market review. Actually, this week was a hell of a week for FUs. There was FUs across the board, actually, even in the DXY, but basically the markets all rallied up into like highs, and then what we like to call an FU happened, well, at least on the S&P, Bitcoin, and the DXY. So I guess I'll start with the DXY because I usually do, but nothing big to report. I mean, I drew these pink lines last week, and I think, sure enough, we dumped right into my level, which wasn't a huge surprise. This is just the weekly W Or I'm sorry, it's an ugly weekly W, but it's really a daily. This is a daily chart here, and this is the current bottom here, and this is actually an Adam and Eve bottom. Technically, this is a V bottom here, and then a double bottom here is what they call an Adam and Eve. That's a cool setup in itself. So like longs off of that W breakout, that's a that's a chart pattern that people trade. But nonetheless, now we're just in this range that I've been talking about, and I still think, I think broader picture, we're in a downtrend for the DXY, and it's very much being shown by the white 200 period moving average rolling over here. And I'd kind of extended that last week, and I was basically just saying I think we're going to squeeze up against that level, and I think that's what's still happening at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised to see the 200 checked somewhere here. So no, now if it gets checked up in the short reload zone, like if maybe we bounce hard this week and just right up into that, I would think that's actually a decent short location if you are interested in possibly shorting the DXY. But either way, you can see it squeezing. It's like we have this range established from the high and low going back to like the earlier part of the year. And I've kind of drawn the top of the range and the bottom of the range. And you can almost see the triangle coming in here, just squeezing tighter as the dollar is trying to figure out what it's going to do. RSI is not oversold yet, so there could still be more downside to this move here coming forward, I would imagine. And I could see hunting longs down at the bottom of the range for a bounce back to the 200, but really I don't see a trade here for me so much, just because I don't like that the range is contracting, not expanding. So like it's going to be tighter and tighter to, you're basically trading between reload zones here, which the only trading I do on the DXY is I like to buy options on the UUP ETF. And honestly, there's just not enough of a move in here. Maybe if we can get up against the 200 and M out up here somewhere in the reload zone, then maybe I could look to short, because I do think we're going to lose this low at some point. I think we're still in a downtrend, and I think the bigger reload zone down here is going to be tested. So we'll see. That actually would mean like uppiness in risk on. So again, I just think we'll see what happens. Of course, if we break through the 200 and start consolidating above it, then maybe we have to move up higher. But at the moment, I'm thinking that we're still trending down. And maybe we're even setting up kind of an ABCD to take us way down to the bottom of the range of this whole range. But I think it's way too early to say. But the FU I was talking about, just because I was talking about FUs, you can see how right here they just FU'd that high, and this is what we saw first to happen in the S&P, and then it happened in Bitcoin, and then the DXY. They basically faked everybody out to the upside. DXY was looking really strong through here, classic FU move, and they just took out the high and then dumped. So this is something to be, this is kind of like Paul's whole thing, like he doesn't trust a breakout. He assumes that a breakout's a fake out, which is a classic like range trader approach. And this is why, because usually like everybody's getting all long, everybody wants to be so bullish as we break to a new high here. But oftentimes, in fact, many of the time, maybe even more often probably, they just turn around and dump it. So this is like a classic like pro traders trade. That's what we call it, the FU. Like a FU setup would be trying to sell this this breakout here. So it happened on the DXY, it happened on the S&P 500. Same thing. You can see how, the S&P 500, they ran the high here. That was back on Friday, actually, of, I guess that was a week, more than a week ago. Is that right? Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, on Friday, they took out that high on Friday. And then, of course, they did play around here for a bit, but you can see what happened ultimately. And really, I've been pretty bullish on the stock market in general, and I still haven't given up my bullish sentiment. But hopefully, you can at least see the bears, the rollover is sort of making itself apparent here. Now, I'm not necessarily. I don't think the bull's over, to be honest. But I do think a pullback is warranted, and you can see the signs of this. So even I have this div indicator here at 5 confirmed. We're showing 5 confirmed bearish divs and 2 potential. Basically just even OBV is showing confirmed now, which I that's like the strongest one to me. So we have a RSI not confirmed bearish div here. We haven't actually broken this M down yet, but OBV actually closed in an M, so that's not a good sign for the stock market. Now, of course, it was just that tiny little breakout to the upside that's creating that div, which wasn't a very strong breakout. So and it also kills the M in structure. We won't actually have an M if we lose this 4370 low. That won't be a real M. It will in the Nasdaq, but I'll get to that in a second. But anyway, hopefully, at the bare minimum, you can see we're, I'm gonna turn these divs off. Lots of divs confirmed coming in, so that's not a good sign. And then short term or short reload zone drawing off the all-time highs. So I drew my range off the top down to the October lows. We're up in the right up in the middle of the short reload zone, and we have div confirmation and no real structure yet. We did put in an ugly like hammer type candle here on the market close Friday. That's an ugly ass candle, let's be honest. So a pullback's definitely warranted. Now we didn't tag 78.6, so maybe we have to shoot up and still hit 78.6 now that we've gotten that close. I don't know. There's no M here yet, so I'm not. This isn't. I think I said this or I didn't say it in this show, but during the week I was saying this isn't a place. I'm not really interested in loading up on like puts, and I'm not calling for like market top necessarily. I'm trying not to make any calls, but this isn't. I'm not getting super bearish here. I just recognize that we do have to pull back a bit, or our pullback would be likely. We also hit our ABCD objective, so there's a lot of reasons why this short location is good. I suppose for the bulls, there's not a lot of bullish reasons to go long here. Of course, it's a horrible place to go long, but we'll see if we have any real breakdown. And there are some key levels in here that I think probably could get tagged pretty easily. First of which is just there's a gap here that I thought they would fill last week, and they didn't quite fill it. But this daily gap right here at 4,400 or so still hasn't filled. It'll probably get filled. And then we have this massive gap right here, which is just asking to get filled. So I think support is probably somewhere, down against even this high going back to here. That's probably, that's the gap. So like, can we bounce off this level? Like if we get down into the 4,200s and set up any sort of bullish structure, then I could see moving back up. But for now, I wouldn't be surprised if we have to slam down into there. That's a huge gap just asking to be filled. So I guess the prognosis is, stock market doesn't, we've been on this massive rally and it's kind of getting a little bit weak here. So if, at bare minimum, probably don't want to long this right here. I mean, of course, if you're a day trader or something, that's a different story. But on a week daily chart here, I don't think this is a good area to go long. I mean, the move is getting kind of extended. I mean, we've really ramped up. Especially things like NVIDIA. I was looking at that earlier. It's looking a little bit heavy. And that's kind of driven the rally. So anyway, divs are coming in. The NASDAQ basically looks the same, but it didn't get the FU move. So we actually almost hit 78.6, or we did hit 78.6. Sorry, we almost hit the M, going back to the old M here, that red line, at 15.492, almost got tagged. And we did hit 78.6, so the reload zone has been fully tested now. And of course, similar candle structure as the S&P, and similar divs, but did the OBV div actually confirm? Yeah, so we have the same confirmed OBV, RSI not confirmed. So basically the same as the S&P. But notice my div indicator here. This div indicator that I had on the screen isn't calling for any divs yet in the Nasdaq. That's interesting. Whereas the S&P had like 5 or 6 confirmed divs. It's funny that there's none in the Nasdaq. So I mean, again, I'll say I'm not saying the tops. I actually am still holding on to some bullishness. I just think pullbacks are buying opportunities. Again, I'm not ready to throw the towel in on this, and I don't think we're headed into like gloom and doom just yet. So what we should expect to happen is these moving averages are probably going to have to consolidate and play around a bit while the next rally sets up. And similar to Bitcoin, actually, it's like we've gone so far that now it's like hard to keep pushing higher without some sort of pullback. You can see the gap here on the NASDAQ is also just asking to be tested at, wherever that is, 14,500. So it seems like, if we do dip down in there, that's actually going to create an M in structure. So we'll just have to see what happens as we pull back. And I'm going to say the same about Bitcoin, basically. Like, it looks like it wants to dump down a little bit into support. But that's where we're at. So it's just, we'll have to see what happens. Like, I won't say much about the Russell. It's just, the Russell is just ranging still. So the small cap stock market is just, it's not doing anything. It popped up, came right back down this week, and it's just right in the middle of this range, which is kind of like the risk area of this larger bot that I'm sort of just. I'd like to see this come in down the road so that I can start being a little more bullish on small cap stocks. But until I see that happen, I'm still just sort of like, well, whatever. Small caps they're looking kind of enticing for sure. There's a lot of W's at the bottom of ranges on small cap stocks. But when I look at this index, I don't see a lot of bullish action. And I drew this trend line on the RSI, which you can see is just threatening to break. So like if we break this trend line, that actually puts a pretty big M on RSI through the 50 line, and that'll actually that won't be great. And we're also potentially putting in OBV bearish divergences, so nothing too exciting in the small caps. Bitcoin is the same kind of. I mean, here's the third FU. So I was talking about FUs. That was a sick trade location actually for lower time frame shorters, and a perfect example of an FU. You know, we had this high here, and you know they were rallying up into that level, and once they, you know, they just launched it up and faked everybody out basically, and took that high out and just dumped on everybody. So, you know, this candle was a big fat green candle from the open. It was just shooting straight up, and everybody was getting all bullish on the new high, and then they just get shit all over. So watch out for that. That's classic. In fact, that even happened to an extent in the last cycle top. You know, it was a little bit more, you know, we had the all-time high here. Of course, it was a little more elongated, but you could kind of see how they did the same thing. And on this push to new highs, there was like no volume. That's a good tell. My volume's very dark right here, so you guys might not be able to see it that great. But you know, as we start poking up into new highs, there was just like basically bullish volume, bearish divergences coming in. No real buyers showing up to warrant the new high. So if you can find places where a high is being tested on no volume, then that's probably a fake out. But you can see how they just faked everybody out here. I remember this specifically. Everybody was calling for $100,000 Bitcoin too. I mean, it was just like everyone was convinced Bitcoin was going to 100,000 on this move, and then they just basically, you know, dumped on everyone. And you did have several weeks to think about that. It wasn't as like blatant as currently. Just, I mean, this is obviously like shorter time frame kind of stuff here, but same idea. FUs. So we had FUs on S&P, FU on Bitcoin, and then they even FU'd the DXY just to make everybody, just to show you how choppy the markets really are right now. So, but a couple other things I'll say about Bitcoin is look at that, 6 confirmed divergences on this indicator here. So clearly Bitcoin is in an area where it's getting a little heavy. I mean, we did test the highs, couldn't break out and close above the highs with any real momentum. I mean, we did get one close above this high back here, but you know, we're still fighting with the current highs here with no strong momentum above them, so it doesn't look great. And then the 6 confirmed. I mean, that's basically everything but OBV. You can see the RSI divergence I have drawn here very clearly. M top came in, and again, I will say that just that little poke up is why these are in divergence now. But without much, I mean, I would rather see like a little more strength up here to really make that divergence more, I don't know, more definitive. But the fact that I mean, this wouldn't be a divergence if we hadn't have just poked that high a little bit. So, but nonetheless, it's still a divergence. So, and a very clear M top and RSI, and then OBV is just kind of wavering here, but not really Ming out. So that's a good sign for the bulls. But what I'd like to see happen is just a dump into the 38.2s here and see what happens. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if we have to just shoot down in here, and then a W down here would set up kind of like ABCD type, you know, continuation from this move. But we're not there yet. So again, you can see the moving averages kind of consolidating. They're probably going to have to come together and fiddle with each other for a bit while the next move gets set up, and really kind of need this pullback to recharge, so to speak, to move higher. I think it's hard for Bitcoin to shoot higher right here. You know, we're just kind of in this like ugly price action that sort of this is kind of the result of this quick up move. You know, we had this really strong move that happened relatively quickly, and then it ran out of steam, and now the market's just trying to figure out what it's doing, and it's kind of ugly here. It's not really like a bull flag. It's not really, you know, yeah, it's not a bull flag. That's all I can say. It's not very clean to suggest continuation here. It's more like almost like a diamond pattern, which I don't really mess with much, but Diamonds can be tricky, but it looks like there's almost some sort of like diamond kind of thing going on here, which I guess I could have drawn that better. But these, the diamonds is basically a topping pattern of sorts. It's pretty ugly because we didn't really get a nice high here. I guess I don't need to draw this out. My point is it's just ugly. There's some sort of weird consolidation going on here. I don't really like that. But I think in terms of momentum, I think the bullish momentum's sort of drying up. And so I think a dump down into 38.2 will be appropriate. And of course, much like I said right here, this was 38.2 of this range. We want to see 38.2s tested to confirm the trend. And so if we get down into 38.2 and you see bullish consolidation, then the trend is still up. If we get down into 38.2 and it rolls over, then we have to question whether the trend is still up. Now, more zoomed out, like you can see my 200, the trend is up still. And this 200 is going to keep pointing up. And it might take this long. This thing's going to gradually just push up. And maybe it takes all this time to figure out what it's going to do. And that will be where we can really determine the change in trend. Any sort of M out below it, that's a horrible M looking thing, but any sort of breakdown below the 200 and an M means we probably got to come back down into the range. But any sort of bullish W's against the 200 going higher, and we're probably going to continue higher to the confluences up top, which I still think are valid, which are the head and shoulders target and the 38.2 of the entire range. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking a dump down into here and a setup to move higher would be likely. And then if we do end up rolling through this 200 and losing it, then that's going to be kind of the end of the party for the moment. We'll have to probably come back down and check things like reload zones of the entire range. But I drew this, I have this 38.2 HNS target confluence. I do still think this, and it's also, I didn't add big fat round number, but there's a $35,000 big fat round number right here. 38.2 of the entire range coming all the way off the all-time highs to the lows. Again, remember testing 38.2 sort of defines the trend. So if we get up into that 38.2 and reject, then we're not quite a bull in the bigger picture. But if we can get above 38.2, then hell, we probably got to come up into the reload zones, So I do see this 35,000 as a big area. So if any kind of bullish consolidation down against this 38.2, like I was saying, would set up a move up there. And that actually would be like an ABCD, continuation trade. The trade that I think like is like if you were like a position Bitcoin trader right now and you're trying to basically position trade this thing, not really day trade but sort of longer term stuff, then I think you'd probably be looking for some sort of ABCD type move. So the trade would be like a TRI bot setup, but which isn't anywhere near happening yet, but hopefully you can see how my confluence, it's like right up to that 35. If we came down into the 50% level of this range, then the target ends up being that 35,000. So that's kind of what I'd be looking for. So that would kind of mean the dump down into 38.2, like I said, sets up some sort of consolidation to push higher, and we end up, ABCDing our way up into that head and shoulders target. That would be like the cleanest thing that could happen, which of course, do things ever really happen clean? I don't know. So I guess long story short, I'm still a bull. Pullbacks are buying opportunities. Bitcoin looks heavy right here, and a dump down into the 28,000 area seems very likely. Especially, you can see like kind of like this key high here is in that area. So coming down and testing and filling. This is just a giant fair value gap actually. So maybe we have to even dip lower, but there's just open air right here at the moment. So any kind of dump down into here is going to set up a potential like swing long for me. But as it sits right here, just a couple dojis the last 2 days and nothing to do. It's kind of dangerous to to do anything right there. You could even argue we've carved out a little range here, and like maybe we've if you considered this the top of the range, and then this the bottom of the range somewhere down in here, say that's the current range, we're sort of just sitting in the middle of it. So it's not really good trade location at all for longs or shorts. If you want to short Bitcoin, you probably want to see a little pop up into this wick And if you want a long Bitcoin, you might even consider like FUs off of taking out this low here. Uh, but right here isn't a very good location. So anyway, that's my take on Bitcoin. Um, shit, I already talked for 35 minutes, so it's like impossible to do this faster, apparently. So I'll skip Ethereum because there's not tons to say. I mean, Ethereum just came up into Mountain Man and dumped, and it's just sort of, there's not a lot to say. We're in the middle. In fact, we're sitting right at the 50% level of this range, so definitely not good trade location here. It's just kind of figuring out what it wants to do, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Ethereum push higher once Bitcoin figures out what it's going to do. Um, I'll just leave that at that because I did want to just mention a couple things before Paul jumps on that I had. Let's see here, or I want to jump to a different chart. What was I going to say? I was just going to add I was going to say that I banged a double out on crypto stocks were super uppy this week, which is good to see. And I did kind of cheat a little bit. And I saw this is CLSK. My double level was actually a little higher. And I did just go and hit the offer right here because I saw this was Friday, kind of sort of into the afternoon. It wasn't that late in the day, but I saw this thing running up here and I saw my order just slightly above 88.6. And I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I'll take a little bit of it was like a couple percent less than a double. But I did just hit this level just cause so I cheated a little bit. I didn't quite hit my level, but I also have well, anyway, so I sold half on less than a double here, a little bit less. But this chart, this CLSK looks amazing in general. Hopefully, like on the weekly chart, you could just see the massive W, and now so it probably will hit that anyway. But I just didn't want to have the weekend happen. Bitcoin maybe rolls over the weekend. It was looking heavy to me, and then having the market open up tomorrow with this thing way down, which could very much happen depending on what happens to Bitcoin here this afternoon. But I also have HUT too, which is I didn't do that with HUT. I'm still in this. My order's working up here at 420, which is funny. And I didn't do the same thing here, but we'll see like what happens tomorrow. If we do, I don't know, maybe because Bitcoin is a little heavy, I might chicken out here and just sell a little bit earlier. And that's something that like you have to figure out for yourself if you're willing to do that. I don't suggest doing that. You don't want to make a habit of selling too early. But these are, if it's close enough, close is great. So, but I do see like a head and shoulders forming on these, and so my worry here is like I won't get my doubles because this head and shoulders is actually going to form, which this kind of makes sense with the Bitcoin rolling over kind of thing. I mean, this one's already pushed a little higher, but we still basically have like a head and shoulders type action happening. And so I do think we're heading up into a place where this thing might roll over. Been a pretty strong move up. And these are the Bitcoin miners. I shouldn't say crypto stocks have been doing great. It's just the Bitcoin miners. Really the crypto stocks, I don't know. I haven't seen much of the same kind of action. But the Bitcoin mining stocks are doing really well, which is very bullish for Bitcoin in general. If they're doing well, then hopefully Bitcoin's going to, of course, these things will make more profit if Bitcoin goes up. So, they're very correlated to Bitcoin's price action. But at the moment, they were really strong on Friday, like things like Riot and Mara. This one, that CLSK, Wolf is another one. But anyway, my only point here is I'm almost at a double here. I don't like these head and shoulders. I think that head and shoulders is showing up on CLSK too. It's a little, it's the same. It's just a little different. It's like the neckline's up here, so I would still get my double. But, there's basically a big head and shoulders forming. So that kind of warrants the pullback in Bitcoin too, which will set up the right leg, which I think is very generally bullish. Like I'd like to see that head and shoulders come in. That's great for Bitcoin. Like if we see this dip here to the right shoulder and any kind of W's down in that right shoulder, is very bullish for Bitcoin. So anyway, that was I didn't get any doubles in altcoins, but I did get that sell off. And then I'm going to end with just saying that I think XLM is strong. I mentioned this last week. This looks like one of the strongest charts in crypto to me right now. And I just think it's one that it doesn't hurt to have some XLM in your portfolio. I mean, our plan for this show is long. I'm already long. But hopefully you can just see the weekly W coming in and the tons of upside if this weekly W does get going and we do get into an uptrend, which is what I think is gonna happen. Maybe it takes a little while for the whole market to get its act together, but this is exactly what you want to see in a bottom. Um, it doesn't get really any more bottomy looking than that to me. I mean, this sort of pattern, hopefully, if you learn anything about this shit, just learn this pattern where it's like, usually long basing period, huge run up, and then another setup, a long basing period. It just kind of has to roll its way all the way back down. And that's exactly what's happened here. And I love the way that looks. And on a daily chart, I think as far as buying this thing, um, location's not bad right here. If you want to be a little bit of a cheap ass, I mean, I think this 200 will get checked, but you can see the 200. I was talking last week about this sort of trend change. You can see the trend change happening. We have a big weekly W that popped through the 200. And I love when I see price consolidating against the 200 in this same down long bear market. You see the bear having and bear happening and bear happening, and then slowly but surely the price squeezes against the 200 and pops through and then starts. That's when the trend started changing. And of course now we tested it and we're above it again, but you can see it's starting to turn up. I think like good levels are against buying against the 200 is great, and also drawing like fibs off the bottom. If you want to be a sniper about it, you probably should wait for dips into reload zones, which would be like 9 cents or something down there, which is the 200 right now. We got the pullback I was talking about in the room this week, but not as deep as I thought, but it did pull back pretty well. And there's nothing really, who knows? This thing might just dump down here today. But my only point to this is, damn, this chart looks good. It's like one of the best looking charts in crypto. XLM's an older name. I don't think it's going anywhere. It's not the worst thing to own a little bit of, and there's tons of upside. So that's kind of an older one that I think is a good buy. And of course, double levels are just up to here. So if you're buying at 9 cents or below, you're getting doubles off just on a move up into these tails right here. So it doesn't take a lot to get a double. On the downside, of course, we lose these levels, and you might have to go underwater as we come down and test this V bottom here. So that's the risk associated to this trade. But in my opinion, if that happens, that kind of just means that this whole 200 trend change is not valid, and we'll have to wait for another W down here. So I think the approach is to leave room to add. Don't go all in here, and then if we have to come down to Nilos and set up another W, then that's where you then you add again, which is what I'm doing. And then I'll just leave with Root, because Root's like a smaller name, or Route, I guess it is. I'm almost getting a double off on this one, actually, so you can't really buy it here. But I did start this is one of the names I started looking into a little bit more, and I really like it because it's got a low coin count. I think there's only 20 million coins, total supply, 20 million coins. It's like kind of an interoperability name, which I like. It's not like specific to any chain, and just a great looking chart. So I'll just leave with this. I'll leave my talk off with that. This W level is sort of the base right now. We came down and tested it really deeply, which is, I got some great fills here, and I was just buying this on other people's advice. But then I started looking into it now. Too late to chase, but it's definitely something to draw your reload zones and look to buy. I think with 20 million coins out, this thing is probably going to move higher down the road. Like once the bull market starts, it's not going to take a lot to push this thing higher. So of course I'm getting kicked off KuCoin, so I have like a week. I need them to pump this thing up into my double level before the 15th. Although technically I'm allowed to keep selling after the 15th, whatever that means. So I'll probably just leave this one. Hopefully I get my double off before that happens. But so anyway, that's one that I like. DMAX saying Burger has small coin count. So yeah, Burger's another one. So I don't know. I already talked way too long, Paul. Sorry again. Try to keep these things short, but it's just I mean, I could keep talking for another hour, just rambling about stuff I find interesting. But
when the bull market will start, we can do longer live streams.
yeah. And maybe I'll work on I could probably keep this sort of market update stuff shorter. I don't even know if we need to do that. I don't know if even people find any value in it, but I know it has a tendency to go too long. But I'm just talking, practicing my ability to share what I think. So it is what it is, I guess.
Bull market will start, we can put longer live streams. Let's see what will happen. But for the moment, let's try to keep it below 2 hours.
Yeah, we went long last week. Um,
Yeah,
but actually, I'll yeah. If anybody wants to let me, I don't know, let me know. Is it? Am I talking too long about the stock market and stuff? And am I just rambling, or is it valuable? Like, I mean, I'm not. I won't be offended if you tell me it's shit. I'd appreciate. I'll just try to adapt and make it more useful. So, yeah,
depending on the viewer, some people they don't like stock market, but usually the all things are correlated. So you cannot talk only crypto and not talk.
yeah. I mean, I really only mention it because I think it's correlated, and I think as the stock market rolls over, if it does, then that's going to put a lot of pressure on crypto, or vice versa. So,
Everything it's correlated. So you need to talk about the stock market, especially crypto stocks, DXY, ES. So everything is related.
yeah. Well,
I usually do every day when I'm doing the daily plan. I'm looking at DXY, I'm looking at ES, I'm looking at what the overall market is doing, and then I'm going on crypto because you cannot trade only crypto without seeing the overall.
yeah.
Yeah, if they don't like it, they could skip it,
Yeah,
but
people could always skip ahead too.
I don't think it's the case. Some people like to, I don't know, watch it later at 1.5 speed. It's up to them.
Yeah, and really we're just I mean, I think for me it's more about getting an overall vibe of what's going on. It's like we're just trying to set the stage for where we're at in the cycle so that we can make and I think it's like where we're at in the cycle is a pretty good it's kind of indicated by what's going on. Like, I mean, yeah, we're still early for altcoins to really start ripping. I think with the stock market being up in short reload zones and Bitcoin actually being up against highs
Yeah.
and dominance going probably. I haven't looked at Bitcoin dominance, but I'm sure it's probably still pushing higher.
We can take a look at Bitcoin dominance because I have it right here. Just 1 second.
But like I was
You
saying
can,
earlier too, like yeah, I mean, we need to be paying attention to altcoins right now, even if they're not ready to rip right now. This is still the time to be paying attention.
yeah. What I'm thinking about Bitcoin, I don't know. Altcoins, maybe they could find a new low. Probably they'll find a new low, so we can still buy them cheap. But Bitcoin probably already has the bottom, and we are already in a bull market, but we are so early, and a lot of people, 95% of people, they still think they could get, I don't know, Bitcoin at 10K. But that's the point. A lot of people have to be late in the party to buy higher, so the price will move even higher. My view is we're too damn close to the halvings to put a new low. That's my. Yeah, we can get a 2020 Black Swan event, the market dropping. I don't know if we'll test the low, break the low, but I'm not counting on that. I'm usually trying to dollar cost average on big caps, Bitcoin. I'm not counting below 50K anymore.
Yeah, me
If
neither.
will be the case, yeah, well, I'll have on 20% reserve, reserve some money for that case, but I'm not waiting for that one.
Yeah,
So
and
you
we'll
can
only
see,
know when. I mean, we can't think. I don't like talk about new lows right here. It's hard. It's
you know, just really sell half on a double now for the big investors. They bought 50K, 16, and now they sell half on a double. The probability to price to, I don't know, range or to go down a little bit, yeah, it's I don't know, 50, 60%. But to go and test below 20K, I don't think so. You can see, yeah, talking about altcoins, you can see the Bitcoin dominance. I said multiple weeks before, look at 38.2 overall. This will be a really nice support and resistance level. And you can see what happened. Now we broke down, test the short three low zone. Let's see what will happen. It's pretty important what will happen here. If we'll put an EM here and we'll confirm a big EM, and after that maybe we'll break this level, then maybe it's the summer altcoin season. Who knows? Not there yet, but we should pay attention at these levels. Okay, let's take a look at what we have on. Let's start with Twitter. So, if you want to participate in the next week giveaway, just retweet this pinned tweet. and you'll participate in the next week giveaway. I prepared everything for the giveaway this week. Let's take a look at what we have on the weekly crypto review plan. Yeah, the plan is the same. I will say that every week. We'll update the spreadsheet. I don't know, maybe in 2 weeks, maybe 1 month from now. Miku is working on a new spreadsheet, a bit more complete, a bit more nice. I like what he managed to do. He's testing now to don't maybe will escape any, I don't know, any bugs, and then we will put the new spreadsheet in the channel. We'll update. We'll tell you exactly where you can find it, how you can make a copy, so you can follow us. Will be the same like this one, free for everyone. So if you wanted, you can make a copy. It's our gift for our public, for our members. I think it's the best way to participate in the next bull market. I don't know if it will be the last bull market, but at least you'll make some money, in our view, following this plan or a similar one. Yeah, everyone wants to be a day trader, but not everyone has the qualities to be a day trader or a swing trader. Yeah, you need to be really consistent. You need to be really focused. Not everyone is willing to put the time and effort to become a trader. But to participate, you don't need to be a trader. You can be an investor. Buy here, sell half on a double, reload. It's pretty easy. We'll guide you step by step, and let the market do the rest. Yeah. So I think is the best way to participate in the next bull market. Also, I know pretty good traders. They keep a small amount in the trading account and the biggest part in an investment one. I'm keeping 80%, at least 80% in a plan or plans similar with this. I'm keeping only 20% on my trading account. And I'm constantly taking money from that trading account. Any profit, I'll take some of the profit and move it in the investment part. Yeah. Just my way of participating in the next bull market. Okay, let's take a look at what we have today. Let's see coins. We left at render last time. So today we'll start with room. Let's see what we have on room. We had a nice fill. You can see here. We managed to get a fill here at this breakout of this weekly W. We are below. I'm okay with putting another 0.5% at this low on one room. If we'll be lucky, we can get a fill at this level. Let's just put here 0.05. 1 second. Okay, so I'll buy at this level. I'll put my another limit order at this level. We have a fill, so be damn sure you have sell have on a double at 2.8. It's not impossible, for not even improbable to get a sell half on a double. With a nice move up, some news or something, we can get a fill. You should have your limit order in the market. And you should have your buy limit order here and sell half on a double at 2.8. I'll change my mind and remove this order only if I'll see a new weekly W. If I'll see a new weekly W, then I'll cancel this order and I'll put a new one at the W breakout. I'll reassess at that point. For the moment, because the market broke the low, I'm okay with keeping this order in the market. Now, indicator-wise, you can see pretty okayish OBV. Willy was briefly oversold. RSI is not oversold yet, so we can go up, we can go down. But we need to cover both situations. If we'll go down, then we'll get a fill at this level. If we'll go up, we should sell half on a double. And if we get a new weekly W, we'll reassess and put a new order in the market. Okay, nothing more about this one. Let's take a look at the next one. So, next one, let's find it. Where are you? Here. We don't have a fill on this one. missed us with a small amount. Nothing we can do. We should wait for a fill on this one. I don't think it's the case to do something else. I don't see a weekly W, a new weekly W here, and I'm pretty confident that we'll get a fill. Maybe not now in the summer, but in the fall, we'll probably get a fill. To chase here on a weekly chart, I don't think it's a good idea. So on this one, nothing to do, just wait to the limit order at 52 cents. Let's take a look at the next one. Chilies. Let's see what this one will tell us. On this one, we should have a fill, no? Let me check the list. We don't have a fill yet, so we should wait. Same kind of idea. You can see we don't have a weekly W here. So no weekly W. I'm not stressed, but I could wait to get a fill. Yeah, it's, I don't know, from the point from 7 cents to 3 cents. We need to go a little bit more down to the downside, but I'm okay with that idea. I don't see a weekly W, so I'm not allowed to change my limit order. After I'll see a weekly W, I could reassess. So for the moment, I'm still okay with what I have from the first review, and I'll keep my limit order. Let's take a look at the next one. Let's see clay. Where are you, clay? We got a fill. The price, you can see it's lower now. What we should have, as usual, we should have sell half on a double. To put a limit order here is too close to the market price. I don't want to do that. And I don't know if this will be the bottom. So what I could do here is wait for a weekly double. You can see starting to form a trend line here. If we break, it's a valid one. We break this low, so we have a trend line. W the other side of the trend line, and okay, on weekly basis, and I could hunt something. I have this limit order here, this order field, sell half on a double. If the market wants to go lower, okay. I still have 0.5 available to buy, but I'll buy it only if I'll see a weekly double. So for the moment, nothing to do. Just be damn sure to put your sell half on a double. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Okay, this one broke to the downside, pretty nice. So we have a fill at $3.5. You can see why I was thinking, okay, we should buy at this level. At that point, was a okayish level. Now we're half of that price. Yeah, more than half. What I can do at this level, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea to chase. So I'll wait. Even if we are more than half below the limit order we had, I'm still waiting for a weekly double. Honestly, I don't know how low this one could go. And I will risk it and wait. It's a good level to, I don't know, to dollar cost average. It's a good level to buy. If you don't have anything, you could buy a small amount here. But honestly, I prefer to see that weekly double. Maybe we'll form one here, maybe. But I'll wait for that W, and then I will think, okay, let's hunt a retest and then buy another 0.5%. For the moment, I'm not doing anything. A lot of supply, a lot of bad news. I'm not in any hurry to buy another half of the percent. I'll keep my money until I'll see the weekly double. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Okay, let's see this one. We got a nice fill. If you look left, you can see really nice support and resistance level here. If I'll put the volume profile, you can see we're just a bit below. The big volume is here in this area. We have 25 cents, exactly like on everything else. Just please go and put your sell half on a double order. Just do that. You'll see why. If you don't do that, you'll see why I'm telling you. You'll get a bad experience, market going up, uh, reach your level. You don't have sell half on a double level in the market, and the market will retrace all the way back down. And you have to wait, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months, or even more, to get that double. If you had that order, you'll lose twice. If you had that order, you'll book the profit. You'll have sell half on a double, and you have money to reload when the market will go down. So if you didn't have that order, you don't have free coins, and you don't have free money to load when the market will go back down. So it's up to you. Now the market is pretty close to the point where we bought. I don't know, this level sounds pretty nice for the moment. I don't see that the level hold, but uh, let's be greedy this time. Let's just be greedy and cheap ass and put a limit order here. I don't think we'll get this level, but who knows? Maybe with enough bad news. If I have that limit order in the market, then I'll definitely find out. Yeah, so another 0.5 will be here. You know the drill. If the market will put a weekly W, then I could remove this order and put a new order. But for the moment, I'm okay to keep this order below here. And don't judge me and say, oh, we'll never get to this point. Remember what we had in the beginning of the year. Yeah? Remember when everyone said, no, you'll not get your fills, the market will go up. And you saw what happened. We are below our entry points on many of the altcoins. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Zilliqa, old shitcoin, but let's see where we have it. We had a fill. You can see had a nice bull run. Now it's going sideways. It's a good thing. We managed to get a 0.5 at 2.3 cents. Now we're sitting at 2 cents. Not enough for me to buy another 0.5 at this level. Yeah, hold the level briefly, but let's be greedy. Yeah, now is the time to be greedy if we'll get a chance. So if we get the 10 times lower with a ugly wick to the downside, I'll get a really nice field. Kevin and the old guys who saw multiples bull markets, they know the power of the fat finger orders in the market. Yeah? You can get a really nice feel. I don't know if the market will allow you now to put really low orders in the market straight from Binance, but you can put a limit order with I don't know, 3 commas or under trading. They will put an order. They will keep the order waiting, and when the market will allow you, they will put it in the market. So you can play with under trading. I prefer under trading and not 3 commas, because 3 commas is more expensive, and honestly they had some problems with API, and I don't like them anymore. Okay, so here I don't know, I'm just putting an order here and letting me in the market. I don't know if I will get a fill here. It's still possible. Keep in mind it's a altcoin. Anything is possible in altcoin land, so why not? I will reassess if I'll see a clear weekly W. Then okay, I'll remove this order and I'll put a new order in the market. Let's take a look at the next one, and we have Musk. Let's see this one. We're still waiting on this one. I don't think it's the case to worry about or do something else. Had a nice uptrend. You can see tired a little bit. You can see here 1, 2, 5 confirmed divergence and 2 potentials. This could go back to get our order. You want to see something interesting? I will just show you something, and you'll see what I'm talking about. My order is exactly at 78.6, and I put this order, I think, before the market had this stop. I don't know exactly, maybe before or maybe later, after, but you can see my order is still sitting at 78.6. I'm okay with that. Yeah? I'm okay with buying 0.5 here And if I'll get a fill, I'll reassess. But probably it's even a good idea to have an order at $1. You can see the bottom is at $1. Someone said, okay, don't go down, go up from this point. So I get a fill here. I will put my sell half on a double, put a limit order at $1 to buy another half of the percent. I'm okay with that thinking. So nothing to do for the moment on this one. We have 1 inch. Didn't perform too well in the last couple of months, but half time. You can see on this one. Yeah, we got a fill at 50 cents. Be damn sure to have yourself half on a double at $1. Yeah. Now, I don't know. If you wanted to buy, you bought here another 0.5, nothing you can do. You should just wait. But if you didn't, you have only 0.5 bought here, you can buy at 20 cents. I'll put a limit order at 20 cents and I'll wait. 0.5 actually. And I'll just wait. After I will get a fill at 20 cents, I'll wait until I'll get a fill. This one had a nice run up on the last bull market. I'm not worrying about not getting my free coins here. I don't know how high will go, if will be the best performer or not, but I'm pretty sure I'll make some profit with 1 inch. Pretty good one, I think. It's just my opinion. I think I'll make a nice profit with this one. We'll see. So 20 cents is the next level. Nothing to do in meantime. Let's wait for this level. We'll probably get it. If I'll see a weekly W, then I will reassess and I will change my mind, remove this order, put another one. Okay, let's take a look at what we have. The last one is BAT. Okay, we had a fill on this one, 20 cents. And everyone, when the market was here, no, will not go retest this level. You can see what happened. I don't see a weekly W yet, but in the same time, I don't see a level where I should put my limit order. I could put it here. I don't know if I'll get it. A lot of a lot of bullish divergence here. So we'll probably form, I don't know, we'll probably form a W here and go up. Okay, I have a order, I have some coins, sell half on a double and reload if will be the case. But I still have 0.5 to buy. So I'll put at, let's don't be so greedy. So let's say 1.8. No, it's okay. I think 8 cents, it's a good level. So let's buy another 0.5 at 8 cents. And let's just wait. Maybe we'll get a feel. If I'll see that weekly W above this level, breakout, retest, okay, I could change my mind. But until then, no. Until then, I'm okay with keeping everything like I said 2 minutes ago. What I did in meantime, I added a new coin in the spreadsheet. Yeah, you can see last week we added this one and we already have the chart. We already have a field. This week I added this one and I'll talk about it now. You can see how this chart is looking. Huh? I think it's a good idea to get some. Let's put a reload zone. You can see we are below 78.6. We are maybe even below 88.6. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe we'll put a new low, but I don't know that. So I'm thinking it's a good idea to buy some. I'll put the VPVR so you can see the pockets above, indicators. I love the OBV. Even RSI is holding really nice. Really, it's going back oversold. We can form a W here, but I don't want. I will not buy 1%. I will buy 0.5. And another 0.5 after I'll see the weekly W. But I think here 1. Let me see. This was my level. 1.2. It's a good level for my taste. So you can buy it below the high limit of my order. I'm okay with buying at 1.2. Let's see here, 1.2 exactly. I love to have a round number. So I'll buy here. We are below that level, so you can buy it cheaper. But I'll buy 0.5 here, and I'll reassess after that. If we break the lows, this low, and we can go a lot lower, okay, give me that weekly W, and I could put another 0.5. But in the same time, now because we have the order at $1.20, what we can do is just get a fill and immediately put sell half on a double. That's the best approach when you are dealing with uh, I don't know, multiple charts and you don't want to forget. So if you got a feel, okay, put sell half on a double in the market. Binance, especially Binance, they will not cancel your order. Bittrex, you had a period and then your order was deleted and you have to start again. On Binance, no, you can put a lot of orders, just leave it there and they'll sell half on a double for you. So we have a new coin. I don't know. We'll add in from time to time. We'll add more coins, slow and steady, because I love new projects, but not too many of them. So what I see a big, nice opportunity I could add on that investment plan. They don't have too much selling pressure. Let's just put this one. I wanted to put it in the spreadsheet so I don't forget, because otherwise Miku will. Okay, I have that one. Now, I don't know. I think we should do the giveaway, Kevin. What do you say?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, and after that, we have some, I don't know, we should take a look at the TA request, the channel on Discord, because we have some requests there. I don't see in the chat,
Yeah, well, in
but
the
we can,
chat, David, he said he has some weekly W's on like quite a few names actually, 4 or 5 at least, 6.
we can look at that. Yeah. So the giveaway, you know how to participate in the giveaway. Maybe after August, I will change a little bit the approach. Not only to retweet, maybe something more, I don't know, retweet and tag 2 or 3 friends could be a bit more difficult. Not too much, but you can tag Elon Musk every time. I don't mind that. But it's a good way to promote this plan a little bit more. And if you have friends, tell them to join us before we'll make the Discord server private. After I'll make the Discord private, you'll need to DM me to get access. I'm just I don't want to deal every day with scammers. So we'll put the server from August. We'll put the server on private, and I'll send uh, one use invitation link. If you want access, DM me on Twitter or Discord. I'll give you an invitation link. At least I'll lower the chances that I'll have to deal with scammers every day. Okay, so to do the giveaway, I already loaded the retweets. I don't know, Dimac. I noticed that you said you need to win this time. That's why it's called the luck, Dimac. So who knows? Maybe yes, maybe no. You have a fair chances, 17 retweets. So okay, let's pick the winner. So the winner is Elvis. I don't know if Elvis is a premium member or is not a premium member. Elvis, please DM me and we'll discuss. If you are a premium member and you want a one-to-one, we'll discuss. I don't know exactly who should do the one-to-one now. I hope it's not me, but
I think Stefan's next actually, but I'll do it. I don't care.
yeah, I'll do it myself. Not a big problem.
Elvis is in the chat. I think. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah,
Nice.
so if you are a premium member already, I could give you another month bonus, Or if you want a one-to-one, you can have a one-to-one. I don't know exactly if it's Stefan, me, or Kevin. So DM me on Discord, Elvis, if you want.
Cool.
What's your
Nice. Congrats. Sorry, DMAC.
yeah, the Mac next time. You had a winning streak, so you know, like in poker, you cannot win every time.
DMAC's like a boom and bust winner. He won't win forever, and then all of a sudden he wins like 3 in a row. Then he has to bust again.
Yeah. And he'll be a premium member for free indefinitely. Okay, so let's go and do some requests. No, I guess that's the next thing to do.
Yeah, like there's quite a few in the chat actually, if you count David, and then DMAC did want to look at total too. We could look at.
Let's take a look at the total too because I have it here probably. So let's see.
I actually just saw Stefan posting. I think it was he was posting total one or total, saying it looked like he wanted to dump.
We have some ink here, but you can see respect my TA from a long time. A long reload zone, you can see a nice bounce. It's a range here. Don't you can see I had the range until here. Probably the market was here. I could just drag my my channel even more. It's the same range. I don't see anything different. Yeah, total two. It's in the same range. Just fib pong. Yeah, you know the fib pong from Hydro Labs from Brian from you know the term fib pong. You can see down short reload zone, reject in the long reload zone, and bounce back probably in the short reload zone. At some point in time, we'll break this range. But for the moment, no. For the moment, I prefer to be a range trader in this kind of environment. And I don't need to repeat every time why it's more profitable to be a range trader.
This
My
is good
guess,
though because it's squeezing together. So probably will be the upside. Good chances will be the upside when it finally breaks.
yeah,
So,
probability that this will break to the upside, it's more than 60-70%. I think we'll do that weekly double with the other side of the trend line. You can see. But in the same time, think that we are in this range and we can stay in this range comfortably a longer period of time. Yeah, Bitcoin could go up even a lot higher, and this could still be in this range. Yeah? We have this was the manipulation, Stefan. If you are thinking of manipulation to the downside, this was in this area in December, clear one. Now I don't think we'll break the low. It's possible to get a fake out to the downside, but so for the moment, range and comfortably the price sits comfortably in this range. Let's wait and see what will happen. You should zoom in a little bit more daily for our chart to get a I don't know to get a confluence or something to for the next move on altcoins. And we have the total with even with Bitcoin, and you can see how we can see it. Yeah, same kind of idea, fake out range, but we are still in the range. I don't think it's too much different. You can see here it's pretty obvious. Okay, this will be the bottom. Let's drag a line, and you can see. And this is the top of the range. Fake out, back in the range, retest. When you see the market, I don't know, trying to break and below the support and resistance level, it's bullish, honestly. Seeing the market sitting below this breakout point, 1, 2, 3 weeks, if we close like that, and maybe next week we'll keep pushing here, it's bullish. Next breakout will be a valid one, in my view. But who knows? Still same range, yeah. And you can, it's simple here. You can draw a trend line and you can wait for you know what you should do here. I think this is better. We have this steeper one, but no, this is more valid for me. So for the moment, we are still in the same range. Like I said, probability that the bear market it's over bear market over. I'm not don't mean the exponential move up, the last part of the bull market, but the bear market. It's if it's not over, it's almost over. Will take us, I don't know, couple of months to some people realize that, but you saw what happened. We had the flooded Binance, and immediately we changed with ETF and big news. Keep in mind, in the last bull markets, we had a really nice move to the upside. Let's not call it the entire bull market, only with the rumors of the ETF. And now you saw who applied for ETF.
I just saw on Twitter today. There's a tweet floating around. You guys probably saw it that somebody like Forbes has like a bunch of pro Bitcoin articles out now, and it's like so obvious to see. Like all of a sudden, they were like one article was about how Bitcoin's good for the environment, and one was about how it's good for impoverished people. It's like they completely flipped the script now that BlackRock's
Let's
in the
call it
market.
BlackRock usually don't get a rejection. They don't. Nobody is refusing BlackRock. Yeah, almost nobody, in my view. So if they
Right.
applied, we expect to get an ETF.
Which
That
yeah, they'll
ETF
probably get it. Yeah, for sure.
tomorrow. We will not launch that ETF tomorrow.
But that does
If
beg the question, like, or sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
the idea is, from what I know, next year will be the ETF launch. Maybe they'll I don't know, say no, we don't want it in 2024. We'll want it in 2025. If I'll see that, that will be the top of the market. It's a
Yeah.
bit too early to think like that, but usually, if they will change the date and they'll say, okay, we are not ready in 2024, we'll wait until 2025. That will be the top. When they'll launch the ETF, will be the top. We'll get maybe two days of a up move, and then it's over. So let's. I'm trying to, I don't know, to cover all the aspects, but all the news I saw after the Binance fund makes me think that the bear market is almost over, especially for Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum. Altcoins, they could still be in a downtrend. Let's say Bitcoin will go to 40K or 45, and then will drop to 30K. We'll still be in a bullish uptrend, but that will destroy altcoins, will make new lows. On altcoins, we still have time to accumulate. On Bitcoin, we already doubled from the lows. So any retracement now, it's a buying opportunity. If you didn't buy Bitcoin until now and you want any retracement, it's a buying opportunity. Just my 2 cents. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm just a stupid trader.
Yeah, that's a
So
good
up
take
to
though.
you to decide what you want to what you want to do.
I mean, be careful with getting too into the idea of like 10 or 12K, like because we were talking about earlier, people do get caught in this sort of like thing where they insist on new lows happening to buy, but they'll end up getting left behind, and then they end up buying higher higher later
Yeah,
when it's too late.
push the market even higher because they'll feel the need to buy. They have some money, they miss the bottom, and they want to buy. At first, they will not trust the move. Oh, okay, it's going to 30K. No, it's not the real. Well, at 40K, I will say, okay, it's going higher, and they'll just market FOMO in, and that will push the market even higher. So the bears from last couple of months will push the market even higher.
Yeah, and it
So
really I'm the question I kind of wonder is, because I keep hearing people say stuff like, well, BlackRock's involved now, they're gonna dump the price so they can load up. But I'm like, well, maybe they're already loaded up. Like we don't really know what's going. Like BlackRock might already be loaded up. They probably
uh,
loaded up during the
some
bear.
some people consider BlackRock beginners. They will not say fucking anything until they'll be 100% load up. When
Yeah,
they say we want a ETF, they already have their bags because they
yeah,
know their power. They know if they will say something, the price will jump, and they'll say after they have their bags already full. They don't need to push the price back down after they said they already
right.
bought some.
That's kind of what I think too. But I've heard other people say otherwise, and I don't know if I believe that.
I would consider BlackRock guys stupid, and I cannot do that. if you'll be in their place, you'll talk about an ETF before you fill your bags. No, you should wait until fill your bags and then you'll go. Okay, let's go to the moon. And you can sell them half on a double, get some free Bitcoin, and launch the ETF with market money. No, pretty simple stuff. If I could think about that, they will definitely think about that.
Yeah, and either way, I mean, structurally, Bitcoin looks very bottom like. So I think it's dangerous to assume we're going to go to new lows.
It's
I
still
just,
possible, but
of
it's not
course,
probable. The halvening is closer and closer. Yeah, we had a lot of time to last year, and this time I said with my crystal globe P cycle bottom, I said it's a good time to load. Bitcoin was at 70K when I said that. I cannot force anyone to buy Bitcoin at 70 or at 50 or at 60K. I tried to force Stefan to buy some, and he listened to me, and he's not too upset about that now. But we don't know if it's the market's game. If is this is the low, but the probability they are increasing to have the low. Yeah, and if you are thinking, I don't know, cycles, it's almost time to the bear market to be over. Yeah, we'll have after the halvening, we'll have a dump probably, but not close to the lows. That's the idea.
yeah. And
So
I mean,
we
but and don't forget,
low.
Bitcoin can come off 30% anywhere out of nowhere. It loves that.
You have to remember at that point, I should fucking buy. Don't panic sell. You should not allow yourself to have a panic sell button or something like that. When you feel the need to sell, just stop, just close everything, take a break, ask someone with more experience. Even at some traders with experience, I noticed they market sell. Yeah, Binance will go bankrupt. Let's sell everything, go in cash. But when they
Yeah.
put that information in the market, that news, they already sold. You are the last one selling, and you'll sell to the BlackRock guys, and they will say thank you. Until next time, I'll sell you back at 40K, 50K, maybe even higher. So don't do that. Remember when you are tempted to market sell.
And of course, this is why we have you need to have a plan, right? Like, I mean, hopefully you have some rules in place to tell you when the
You
trend has changed, you know.
a simple plan, but a plan which will cover every aspect. What you will do if the Bitcoin will drop 30%? What you will do if Bitcoin will increase 100%? You should have a rule for a plan for everything. Simple. If we'll go parabolically up before the halving, I'll sell half on a double, or I'll sell half. If I'll see 30% retracement, I should buy, I don't know. It's up to you, but don't let your emotion have a clear plan. Don't let your emotion tell you what to do in the market. It's 100% the wrong decision if the emotion will decide for you.
Yep, I've done it.
So I don't know. I had that problem until I managed to get some experience. I'm not telling you from, I don't know, books. I'm telling you from my experience. I market sell Cardano at 2 cents, so I think it's not a,
Oh man, that's a painful one.
go, go and look at where when Cardano was 2 cents. I'm not telling you from books on. Don't laugh.
Oh,
It still
sorry.
hurts.
I don't mean to laugh. Trust me,
No,
I've
it's
done it.
now when I remember that. So I'm not telling you from books because I didn't have a plan, and I had the problem was I had a big bag of Cardano, maybe too much for my portfolio. Yeah, I had like I don't know 10K at that point from 10K dollars. So value of 10K of Cardano, and I sold not everything but enough. And tell me what Cardano did from 2 cents and what that 10K could bring me in the last bull market.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you from my experience, don't repeat my mistakes. At least do new ones. Put a clear plan. and respect that plan. When you feel the need to do something in the market, just go to your plan and look what I should do now. If you don't have a plan, at least don't do anything. Resist the temptation to do something at least 2 or 3 days until the market will grow. People who sold on the Binance news, they didn't let the opportunity to hear about ETF. It was pretty close, one after another. We had, like I said, we had 3 bad news: Binance, 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 and after that we had big news with ETF, and everything changed.
Yeah, and there could
We
be
have
one more Binance bad news. We might still have to see Binance take some heat here. We'll see.
Yeah, because the big dogs, they want their share. It's that simple.
Yeah,
They Binance has all the meat in the crypto and this industry, and they don't like that. They don't like Binance to make all the money from trading because Binance makes a ton of money. I I don't know. Maybe now they are too big to fail. Let's hope so. But the big dogs, they'll still, at least in the United States, they'll still I don't know, chase Binance and try to do their own. Yeah, I don't know if they are China or not. The idea is the BlackRock guys and other big guys, they don't like the fact that Binance makes all the money because they know how much money Binance they are making.
I mean, CZ's got to have. I mean, the weird thing about CZ is his wealth is sort of hidden, man. Who knows how rich that guy is? He's probably.
Yeah, but the problem is not only money to make you rich in this world.
Well, of course, I'm just talking about wealth, though. But yeah,
Yeah,
of course. But like,
people, they have a lot of relations, a lot of you know how the world works, and they have a lot more power than Binance. Even if Binance has more money, CZ has more money, but they have more power in different ways.
oh yeah, for sure.
That's the problem. They want some of CZ money.
Yeah, I just find it fascinating how. I mean, he's probably up there along with a lot of the tech billionaires, and you don't even really you don't notice
Yeah.
because he's not a public company, you know.
Okay, Kevin, hit me with
Well,
the
let's
request.
take a look at some of these weekly W's really quick. LTO, chess, LTO first.
Okay, weekly W. Yep, a small one. You can consider this one a weekly W. Stefan will tell you what he thinks about this one. Power of three, definitely. That is Stefan way to see the market. But yeah, if the market will close like that, we still have 6 hours. We have a weekly W here. You can see a weekly W form in 1 month. It's a bit too small, but it's okay-ish to give it a try. W on RSI, W on OBV. I don't think we have anything else, but could be a Davos setup here or a 3-step setup. So Stefan will tell you what he thinks about this one. So power of three in Stefan view, Davo in my view, or a 3-step setup if you want. You definitely have a location for this one. What we don't like that could bring the market even lower, it's broke the lows. But seeing the long accumulation channel, I'm thinking this is a fake out, so we can go high. And LTO, it's a pretty good project fundamentally, from what I remember from last time from TRI. I don't know if it's the same project, but I know
Yeah,
there
this
was
was one of Sword's.
something it's okayish about this project because I remember from last bear market. I'm okay with that. Let's see daily, but here you can buy this W, and I don't know, sell some at 2 to 1 and then trail the rest. Let's see daily how it looks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that little W has to become the middle of a big W, the current
Uh,
candle, you know.
you can see the W price action here. Breakout, retest of this level will give you a nice entry. Yeah, you can think about that. I don't see anything special on MACD, but and I don't see anything special indicators. Indicators, they are confirming the price action. Yeah? So if indicator will go in the same direction, they are confirming the price action. We don't have bullish divergence, but we are confirming this W action. You can try to hunt along here. I'm okay with that idea. We have a definitely good location. If you want, you can buy the breakout, or you can do a clear waiter at 61.8. Yeah, Stefan setup, buy at 61.8, wait stop loss below the week low, and you can play with this one. Pretty clean one. Okay, next one. Let's
Chess.
see what we have. Say again.
Chess, as in the game chess. CH. Sehache e, or how do you guys say it in Romanian?
It's a bit difficult. Where is the list? Because it has to be in the
It's at the
chat.
very top of the chat. It's CHESS. HCHESS. No A.
Ah, okay. Write it in the chat. Stefan, don't laugh and type it in the chat, please. In the
It's at the
YouTube chat.
very David's list the like the first comment at the top of the second comment, but it's like
Yeah.
CHESS.
I don't see. Where are you,
All the way up by the
David?
pink hand. He was the first commenter on the.
That's
Yeah,
why?
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah. No, that's it. That's it.
know. Okay. Weekly. Guys, I'm not, English is not my my language. I'm a Romanian guy, so I learned by myself all the English I know. So bear with me.
Yeah, you've only been
And
speaking English for like 3 years too. I'm always amazed at that.
yeah, and I didn't do any classes. I learned myself everything, so I have some holes in in my English. So I don't know. This one weekly is not a weekly W if we close like that. It's a small range here. I want to close above this high to reclaim at least partially, David. So I want the market to close above this high. If you candle body close above this high, then I have a W for the. It's a fake out here for me. This one could go a lot lower. Let's see indicators. I don't see anything special. I see that kind of environment. Okay, if you are bullish, confirm this W, confirm this W, confirm this W. Okay, this one is confirmed already, but I need a candle body close above this week high. That's my view. That's how I know that I have a chance to have an uptrend. Yeah, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, but higher high with a candle body close above this level, not weak. This could be a fake out, a bearish retest of this level. So I don't like that. We should wait a little bit more, at least on weekly chart.
Yeah,
Let's
I
take a
don't
look.
I don't love those tight little W's to be honest. I like wider ones, but I did notice there's a nice OBV divergence on that weekly chart, which is cool. But I don't really like the tight little W's that much.
Yeah, just 1 second to see something. Okay. You can have here a double, you can have a LJ. You can, I don't even need to draw the trend line. You can see the trend line, the downtrend. Okay, put a clear W, but I don't see that clear W. You can see this move up was just a week and quickly retraced even on daily with two confirmed bearish divergence. So maybe it's better to leave it alone a little bit. Maybe we'll consolidate a little bit more. The first one was looking stronger than this one. This one is not so clean. Yeah, so I don't think it's ready for a pump, this one, in my view. Okay, you have, let's say, this
Fyro is
high. You can see you have an LJ, but confirm that W. And actually seeing this kind of environment, you should wait for a breakout, clear one, and then buy at the retest. Will improve your win rate. You said Fyro?
yeah, FIRO.
Yeah. Let's start with the weekly chart. Let's see some. Same kind of idea, power of three. Yeah, it's a bit stronger. This one hold the low, so didn't make new lows. That's good. Huh? This one you can see what usually happens. We'll have a pump. If you have your take profit in the hard, take profit in the market. Okay, if not, we'll retrace all the way back and leave you scratch. Yeah, let's see how we'll close this this day today this week. Indicator wise, I don't see anything special, honestly. Let's see what I have. You can see something really nice about OBV on this one. I don't know what happened
Nice.
here, but this is a really nice OBV, David. So I need to change my mind here. If I'll see a confirmed W here, I could buy here. Yeah. So if I'll see that W confirming, okay. Let's call it that way. If you are if the price is really bullish, okay, let's do something like that. Let's assume that will close like this at this level. Okay, put a stop limit order here, a stop loss here, and just wait. If the market is bullish, we'll take your order and we'll go higher. If the market is not bullish, we'll go lower and break this low. If you break this low before taking your order, you'll cancel the order and you are safe. Yeah. So play the stop limit setup. Yeah. Just don't market buy here. Yeah, you'll get a uglier price, but at least you have a chance if the market will break down, will not take your order. Just my 2 cents. Let's see daily. Maybe daily looks a bit different. No, daily looks the same. Let's see OBV. Yeah, OBV is still strong, really strong. So if you are not trading, at least if you have some fundamentals about this one, you should, I don't know, dollar cost average on this one because this OBV looks insane in my view. I prefer the look on weekly because it's more clean than daily. Daily it's weeks up and down, and I don't like what I see here. So I prefer to have a clear view on weekly, clear limit orders, and that's it. Okay, let's see. We have another one.
Yeah, we have kind of a lot, so I don't know. I mean, there's still three more at David's, and then Mercurio had like 4 or 5
Let's
more.
see. Oh, a lot of them.
So we could look at Vite next, VITE.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Quick look on weekly chart. Nice W here. If we'll confirm this one, it's a W. Hold the lows from from here. We have new lows here, but a W below this at this level, it's a bullish sign. Let's see indicators. Really nice OBV. RSI is putting a W. Will it still oversold? I'm okay with buying this W, but if this level will fail, get the fuck out. Get out. Next bus. Yeah. So you can buy it here. You have the W. Okay, I'll take a shot. Enter here. Stop loss here. If the market wants to go lower, okay, will probably go a lot lower. Contest this low, and you can see this low. It's a lot lower. So you don't want to be in the market if you break this low. And at the same time, if you'll get to one, close half of the position, get a free ride. From that point, you don't have any worry. You don't risk any money. Okay, next one.
ERN. No A, just ERN. Yeah.
Same kind of thinking. There are many altcoins looking the same. Yeah. So you choose your. What I want to say is, keep in mind the overall risk per portfolio. Yeah. If you have, I don't know, 20 ideas like this, and you buy 1%, you don't have 20 ideas. You have a one fucking big position. If it will fail, everything will fail. And if you have, let's say, 10 or 20 trades like on the same direction, looking the same on altcoin land, if Bitcoin will break down, will break your trades, and then you have overexpose yourself. So decide how much risk you want to have in the market. Choose 2 or 3 of them, and just leave with the results if you want to trade. After you get in a free position, let's call this one. Okay, I have a weekly W. I want to buy here, stop loss here. After you sold half at 1-to-1, or you move your stop at scratch, then it's a risk-free position. Okay, then load another one, but manage your total risk per portfolio. Okay, let's take Richard idea. Let's see what we have. XRD.
Yeah, but none of those were really horrible for like long-term investing. They're all in good location at least, you know.
All of them, they look really nice, and I don't have anything against that. Weekly location, Richard. If it's this chart, huh? If it's this chart,
That one looks a little
weekly,
heavier.
you have location 78.6. Okay, give me a W here. Give me a W. Nice location. Below 78.6, above 88.6. It's a good way, good level to hunt a W. But you don't have that W. Let's. Yeah, I love new coins also, but give me some clear. I don't know, some clear levels, some clear setups to buy. I love them. So you can see even now you don't have not even a daily W now. You had a daily W, huh? You had in June, and look at the result. But that trade is played out already. You can see here 3-to-1. Book your profit at 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 depending on your style. Close the trade all the way back down. Even took your stop loss, bounce, and now we are starting again. This trade is over. We should wait for the next double. So you don't have equal lows. You had here equal lows, Stefan, but this break the low. So now everything is reset. We are waiting for a new setup. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, if we go lower, we can go lower and wait for that W. If that W will not come, we'll probably retest this level and lower. Okay, let's see what we have, because if you can, Kevin, look at what we have on a TA request. I know
yeah, I was
we
just
have.
gonna. There's a couple there, and then we still have, and the ones that we're missing in the chat, we can throw in there and get to on
Yeah,
Discord.
we
But
can.
yeah, Red Eye had a couple that I was looking at earlier, actually. MDT, and I kind of liked this 4. I think was the one I liked, and then Vite, which I think we looked at Vite just a minute ago.
Yeah,
So we covered that one, but I like this 4 one that he also.
MDT
Yeah, that's one of
range.
them.
Yeah, and you can see the W retesting here. What I don't want this weekly candle to close red.
Yeah, I mean, well,
To
even
go
like that, that's a
like
bearish.
that, it's ugly. Honestly, it's ugly. We have the W, but it's ugly candle. It's weekly candle. I don't like it.
And technically, that W is actually making a lower low on the right side, right? So it's not
Yeah,
really a W,
and,
but depending on how picky you are.
it's the same. I don't think we have new lows. Actually, yeah, we have new lows. Yeah, we have new lows. So it's not a clear W. Let's wait for a new setup here. Maybe lower here in this area. I don't see the opportunity here on this one. Honestly, I don't see that the opportunity on a weekly chart. If I don't see it on weekly, probably not on daily. No. Okay, if you want to play on daily and to you know something about this project, okay, you can do something like that. Wait and the long reload zone, maybe at 78.6, you can see some support and resistance here, and wait for a small cute little W and play out a new setup. Maybe.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's take another one.
FOR. I think this was one I looked at earlier that I kind of liked.
This one. Hmm.
I just like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, yeah. It has a weekly W back, Yeah,
As a
like back
weekly W,
there.
played out already this weekly W. Okay. And now it has a nice location. Up move here. We can consider this a weekly W. If we put the line chart, you can see it's some kind of maybe 4 day W. Let's see 4 days. Yeah, you can see the W on 4 days. You can see it even cleaner. I'm okay with. You can see some potential, some confirmed divergence. I'm okay with hunting longs here. Up to everyone. I don't know if you are a swing trader, if you are a 4 hour daily chart, the kind of a trader, you should hunt on that time frame. If you are trying to go on daily, you should watch on weekly chart and then frame your trade on daily chart. Nice location, but in the same range. Nice potential on this one, but I don't know if this is the level you want to buy
Yeah, I do
because
like that it's
this
in a longer consolidation and looks pretty good.
you have a longer consolidation here, a long channel. When we'll start pumping, we'll pump harder usually.
You could probably draw an LJ off those like recent highs and wait for that for
Yeah,
another W. Would be like sort of conservative.
look at RSI, look at MACD, look at Willy, even OBV. We should let's see OBV.
Man, if
Ooh,
somebody
wow.
can figure out how to build an OBV indicator that doesn't always do that, I would love them. I love OBV, but damn, it's a pain in the ass on trading. It's like always off the screen, or you're always zooming in. I hate that.
I need to go something like that to see it. Still okay-ish. Nothing to say. Look at this OBV. The price is going down and OBV is going up. So
Yeah.
price in it's a range or downtrend. You can call it this a downtrend, lower highs and lower lows. And OBV is going higher highs and higher lows. It's a clear idea that something is not okay. And usually 90% of the time OBV is right. So when you see bullish divergence on OBV, it's a pretty powerful, I don't know, confluence or signal. So dollar cost average, little old lady, okay. Trade, yeah, we have a small W here. If you are okay, you have some news or something and you want to buy here and risk to this low, you have this W, you can do that. But you can play an LJ on lower time frame. Something like that. W the other side of the trend line and you can play. So we have that W. It's a bit high to chase it here, but if we get a retracement here, you have a small window of risk here.
Yeah, it's not my favorite W, but
Yeah,
all right. It's kind of
on
steep.
daily you can see it even better. Okay, so on daily you have a clear W here. Huh? This is a clear W. It's a bit too late to buy it now, but this is the W.
It's only 20
I'll put
million market cap though, which is cool. It might be one for a big win down the road.
yeah, look at this W, clear one. I'm okay with that. If
Yeah.
Kevin says there are few coins in the market, even better. And when
Well,
the bull market,
it has 800 million, which in cryptos that's a lot, but it's not uncommon.
no, 800 million, no.
Max supply is 1 billion.
Ooh,
So
then let's be more patient.
don't love that, but it is the market cap's pretty
Yeah,
low.
it's not
So,
unusual on crypto. Yeah.
but I thought I
Uh,
saw something fundamentally I liked about this, but now I'm not seeing what it was. But when I looked at it earlier, I can't remember
I
what it
don't
was.
know. You cannot compare it with e-gold. You cannot compare it with comp. 800 millions with 10 millions on 20 millions. It's when comp will pump and the hype will appear, they have few coins and they'll pump harder than this one,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, it is true.
We
But
still have
what's that?
some requests.
I mean, we have a lot. We have more than we're going to get to, so we can. It's just a question of how many more you want to do. I suppose we're up at like an hour and 50 minutes, but there is still like there's no more on the TA request. We covered all those, but we still have a couple more of David's, and then Mercurio had like 4 or 5. We could pick like
Okay,
one or two of his and just
some of them give me what Mercurio has and We'll answer. David will give us a message and we'll answer. We'll do it on Discord.
Yeah, and yeah,
So
we can. I'll try to like later today. I can post the charts of the other ones. ACA.
ACA, this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Let's start with weekly because Mercurio is trying to hunt on weekly. Uh, you can see what we have here. I don't know. Kevin knows. All the guys know. It's still in a downtrend, guys. Yeah, nice OBV, but show me a W, a weekly W here. Probably on daily you still have some. Could be the bottom, maybe, but if we are investing, we need a weekly W. Yeah, at least give me one weekly W so I could play around. Yeah, could be the bottom, but maybe it's not the bottom. We don't know. So to be safe, we wait for a weekly double. Let's see indicators. Okay, nice OBV. Something happened. Nice volume. And if I'll put the volume bars, you'll see. If I see OBV like this, it's a big dildo on the volume bars. But on weekly, nothing to do. Let's take a look at daily. And let's see what we have on daily. Now on daily looks a bit different. So on daily you have some W's. Don't chase it here. Yeah? Don't chase here. Wait for a retracement. Let's assume that seeing 6 confirmed bullish divergence, it's enough to put a bottom in the market. Okay, now give me a nice location. You can see here the long reload zone, this yellow part. It's the long reload, 61.8 to 78.6. Give me a W in this area and I will play around. To chase it at this level, no, no. I don't want to chase something like this. So wait in the long reload zone for a location, and you can load on daily chart. Don't chase it like on here. If you are I don't know little old lady guy, you can buy a small amount and wait to load even more at the weekly W. Okay, another one.
ADX.
And this one I guess I
I don't
talked
remember
about.
this one. Oh yeah, AdX. This one's been around for a while.
This looks a bit different. Was let's like take a look at weekly. It's looking similar like the coins from David. You can see the trying to form a weekly W here. If you are thinking altcoin season in the summer, not a bad play. But like I said, good idea, nice chart, but manage your risk and watch for the total risk per portfolio. The biggest problem you'll have a good idea a couple of times and you'll make a lot of profit, but at one point you'll break the rules even more and you'll load too many altcoins. The Bitcoin will do a move down. This one will go on FU this level and then go up, but you'll be stopped out and lose your account because you didn't respect the risk management. So don't do that. You want to protect what you have, and the second to make some money. So this chart looks similar with what I talked about earlier. You can see nice OBV, really long period of time oversold. Oh, MACD, it's looking okay-ish. I don't see anything special on RSI. It's still about below 50. I don't see a clear W. I want a W through 50 line. That will give me a clear read on RSI. So for the moment, we are testing this W. You can see move up. Testing this W, you are putting a nice W here. You have a small window of risk. If you want to choose this one for altcoin season in the summer, okay. We have another one.
Yeah. CLV. With no E, just CLV. This is Clover, I think, or something. Yeah.
Same kind of thinking on weekly Mercurio. This one doesn't have a bottom. To form a bottom, we need a weekly double. its potential bottom here could be this to be the bottom. Yeah, we can form a W here, a clear one, and we can push higher and then retest in the long reload zone and play around. But if you are looking at this part, we are still in a downtrend. What we want from this move, so straight down, sideways, but still going down. Now you want to go sideways and trying to go up, and then to really starting going up. So for the moment, let's be generous and say we are going sideways, but I could still see lower highs and lower lows. So I need something to change in this one for me to think, okay, we are bullish, or at least we are not going down, and we can hunt with the little old lady. Buy here, sell half on a double, reload. It's still going down this one. That's why you want that weekly W and then to apply the little old lady. No Mercurio, because I want to take yours. I took some from David. I took some from Richard or some from Red Eye. I want to everyone to have their share. I don't want nobody to be left behind. What we left behind, me or probably Kevin, because it's a bit early in his day, will post on Discord on general part probably.
Yeah, I can post some charts here in a bit. I have a list I already have like made. There's
Mm.
only a couple. There's like a few more still. A couple more Davids, a couple more Mercurios, and that's it. But I think
Let's
we're
call
coming
it,
up on 2 hours, so maybe we should.
let's call it a day. It's I think 2 hours it's enough for a live stream. I don't want I mentally I don't want to pass that level.
Yeah. Yeah, and thanks for taking. If you did make it through 2 hours to listen to us, thanks for taking your time out of your day, and hopefully it's worth it. Um, so I think, do you have anything else you want to add to the end of the show, Paul?
Just retweet this one if you want to participate in the next giveaway, and please retweet so DMAC will have smaller chances to win. I'm joking, DMAC. So please retweet and retweet. So everyone, if you want to participate, it will be a 1 month premium membership. Keep in mind, I try to repeat often until the August. We'll update the prices for premium. So if you want to be a premium member, you can buy now before we'll modify the prices. Yeah? So if you want to load, even we have even 1 year. If you want to buy the premium membership, you can buy it before we'll increase the prices. I want to keep repeating that because I want people or members, old members, already members in the community to benefit from the old prices. I don't want them to pay more. So I want to tell them if they want, if you want to be on general and only follow the plan we have on weekly crypto review, okay, you can stay on general part, and it's fine. If you want more, if you want to, I don't know, to learn how to trade, to see our setups, to see us in the New York session, how we are trading, then you can come on a premium part. Nothing to say more than that.
Cool.
Let's keep trading, and let's not forget the halvening is closer and closer.
Yeah, just stay at it. And if you need help with your trading, feel free to reach out to us. Other than that, if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, we'd appreciate that. We do have kind of a small goal, getting to 1,000 subscribers. So we got some work to do there. We would appreciate that if you're not already subscribed. And I think other than that, we'll just call it a day. I'll hit the outro here, and we'll see you guys next Sunday at the same time. Same thing as usual this week. And I think there's a lot of news this week actually, but we'll be in there trading every day. And with that said, I'll say, well, I'll hit the last few requests I'll try to put in the Discord here in a bit, and then we'll just leave it at that. And I'll see you guys later. Everybody have a nice rest of your weekend. So take care.